When you take off clothes, you change into a set, or if you have nice clothes, you give them to someone. No stinginess, right? The Diamond Sutra talks about breaking the four marks: no self, no person, no sentient being, and no receiver of offerings. The Ruvakas can break through the view of sound. The four marks become less significant. We see this in the Prajnaparamita Sutras, especially the Diamond Prajna. Even the concept of emptiness forms a kind of attachment. Only then we understand. If the four marks are not broken, then deep-seated views cannot be cut off. The second is about extremes. Extremes are what we now refer to as relative viewpoints. As ordinary people, we all live within these extremes. There is a self and there are others. I am on one side, others are on the other. Where there is big, there is small. Where there is long, there is short. All your concepts about everything and every phenomenon are dualistic. Scientists call this relativity. Relativity is just another form of duality. This is mistaken. If you cling to one side, then the other side exists. If you don't cling to this side, then the other side doesn't exist either. With this kind of attachment, all phenomena cannot be seen as empty. Buddhism teaches that all phenomena are empty, but with attachment, you can't realize this emptiness. He still has attachments. Even if he enters emptiness, emptiness and existence are still two sides. Isn't that still opposition? Isn't that still within boundaries? This is the way of observing the universe and life. It's mistaken. Then there are two other kinds. Clinging to experience. Clinging to precepts, what we Chinese call a prejudice. Some people are deeply prejudiced. What is prejudice? It's thinking you're always right. It arises from delusion, discrimination, attachment. View of views refers to prejudices about the results of actions. Clinging to precepts refers to biases about the causes we cultivate. These two views are also mistaken. Four types. Besides these four types, all other mistaken views can be summed up in the last one: wrong views. We have so many views about the universe and life, phenomenon. You have misread the foreign problem. That's not the truth. I thought I was not seeing things. I think I am right. So these are the five categories. It's called experience trouble. It's also called asterisk or confusion. Wrong view. There are five more. You are thinking wrongly. It's called the demonstration brain. Your idea is not wrong. These five are greed, anger and ignorance, arrogance and doubt. This doubt refers to doubting the teachings of the sages, doubting the teachings of the saints. So these five. When it comes to ignorance, its scope is extremely, extremely broad. Buddha told us. These 10 are called the near afflictions. They are present in all sentient beings. Innate afflictions. These are not learned or taught. You are born with them. For countless kalpas, life after life. They have been ingrained as firm and unbreakable seeds in the alaya consciousness. So at all times and in all places, as soon as a thought arises, it's all these things. It's because of these things that the 6 realms of samsara manifest. This is one of the causes of the 6 realms of samsara. If you have the ability to cut off these near afflictions, then the 6 realms of samsara will cease to exist. Near afflictions are very hard to understand. They are also hard to explain clearly. We really want to cut them off, but we don't know where to start. So in the lecture hall, I often remind my fellow students, we always need to find a skillful means, a place to start. We must be earnest and diligent in our practice. Do as much as you can. Every bit counts. It will benefit your own karma and destiny. So where exactly do we truly begin to start, then? This follows along with our attachments. The afflictions of view and thought are attachments. The afflictions like dust and sand are discrimination. The affliction of ignorance is delusion. So, since we know it belongs to attachment, we start from there. We stop being attached. So where do we stop being attached? When it comes to all people, all matters, all things, we let go of the urge to control. Not attached. Absolutely. Don't even think about it. You definitely shouldn't have the thought of wanting to control a person, control a thing, or control a situation. Let go of that thought. Cut off the root of affliction. Start from here. And then, what's the next step? Let go of the thought of possessing all people, matters, and things. Just focus your efforts on these 2 points. All people, matters, and things include all worldly and transcendental dharmas. If you don't have the thought to control, then without that intention, you won't try to possess things. Let go from here. After letting go, how should we handle things and interact with people? Go with the flow. If you have the thought of control or possession, that's not going with the flow. That's called clinging. That's why the Buddha often teaches us in the sutras to go with the flow, not to cling. Clinging means you have the intention to control or possess. When you go with the flow, you don't have these thoughts. Then your state of mind becomes completely different. A mind that goes with the flow is pure. A mind that goes with the flow is bright. The benefits you receive from going with the flow are free and at ease. But if you cling, your mind is not pure. Your mind becomes polluted. Whatever you gain, you will never feel at ease. What kind of result is that really? What kind of karmic retribution? Thank you for asking. We need to understand these principles and see the truth of things. Two times three. That's difficult. We probably can't do it. Even if we could get rid of the urge to control or possess people, things, and situations, and completely eliminate it, we still wouldn't be able to get rid of all our delusions and afflictions. If you can really achieve that, you're probably about at the level of a basic Hinayana practitioner. But even a fourth stage arhat hasn't fully accomplished this. So, this is actually the lowest standard among the good deeds in Hinayana Buddhism. If we can do this, it will be extremely beneficial for us, as I just mentioned. We will live with true ease and freedom. Our minds will be pure and bright. This is benefit experience right now. And when reborn Western Pure Land, a level be higher. So, this is truly something that benefits us. Let me tell you, this is something you can truly take with you. As Buddhists often say, of all things, nothing can be taken with you except your karma. You need to understand which things in this world you can actually take with you. You should only do those things. For things you can't take with you, you should absolutely not get involved. Fame, wealth, and pleasures can't be taken. Why chase them? Instead, cultivate the 5 precepts and the 10 good deeds. Eliminating all afflictions, this merit is something you can take with you. But this is the path of the lesser vehicle. The mind is narrow. One only knows how to benefit oneself and not others, so it is not complete. This is why it is called a lesser fruit. The third level is a bit deeper than this. The mountain of the bodhisattvas of the lesser vehicle. Lesser vehicle bodhisattvas. They belong to the category of those with lower capacities. However, compared to ordinary Ruvakas, they are different. They possess compassion. They are able to help others. They spontaneously and proactively work to liberate sentient beings. In other words, they are willing to serve society and all beings. But their afflictions of dust and sand and afflictions of views and thoughts have not been completely eradicated. So, they can't really be considered truly virtuous. Now, the fourth type. The goodness of the Bodhisattvas is the three vehicles in the school of the universal teaching. This is a level higher than the previous ones. They have severed the afflictions of views and thoughts. In other words, in terms of cutting off afflictions, they are on par with the arhats of the fourth fruit and the pratyekabuddhas. Their level is equivalent. Compared to the second type, they possess compassion. They are able to take the initiative to help all sentient beings. They serve all sentient beings. In Buddhism, when we talk about liberating sentient beings, this liberation actually means serving and helping them. Helping. Buddhism ultimately boils down to three main things. These are what bodhisattvas should do. First, help sentient beings, cut off delusions and cultivate goodness. This is the bodhisattva path. If you help sentient beings, but cultivate delusion and foster evil, then you become a demon. You are no longer a Buddha. Everyone should carefully reflect on this. The distinction between a demon and a Buddha is made right here. A Buddha helps all sentient beings with a pure mind, with a sincere heart, and with compassion. That is a Buddha. But if you encourage sentient beings' desires for greed, anger, and ignorance, then what is that? You must distinguish demon Buddha. This is the first thing in helping sentient beings. The second thing is of a higher level. Help them break through delusion and attain enlightenment. Help them awaken. Help them understand clearly the true nature of the universe and life. This is the second category. And finally, the last thing is to help them accumulate merit. Only then is it complete. So, let's think about what method we should use to help them become Buddhas. Other than encouraging them to recite the Buddha's name and be reborn in the Pure Land, there is no second way. So we encourage sentient beings To recite the Buddha's name and seek rebirth in the Pure Land, this requires great wisdom and skillful means. Of course, those who are able to believe, who can understand and practice, are still people with affinity. Without affinity, there really aren't many. Back then, these words were spoken about 50 years ago. Yes, almost 50 years ago. The students in Hong Kong, those who are older may still remember. There was an extraordinary old lady from Hedong. She recited the Buddha's name, attained rebirth in the Pure Land. Mr. Heeshley and his entire family were deeply and truly devout Christians. But Mr. He himself had received a Confucian education in China. Although his mother was blessed, their whole family believed in Christianity. They were still able to live together harmoniously. The family was still able to fulfill their filial duties to their mother. This is the result of receiving traditional Chinese education. No education, it's hard to say. The old lady recited the Buddha's name and knew in advance the time of her passing. She told her son about it. On the day of her passing, she hosted a banquet. She invited all the relatives and friends to the house to witness her passing. To see her off on her final journey, she asked her family, her son and daughter-in-law, that in our family, throughout our lives, there is religious freedom. Everyone is free to believe, no obstacles. Today, I am going to pass away. If you could all recite Amitabha Buddha, that is mother-child affection. Whether out of emotion or reason, her son and daughter-in-law both agreed. So, on the day of her passing, they held a grand farewell ceremony. I heard there were even journalists there to cover the event. The elderly lady passed away amidst the collective chanting of Buddha's name. She just passed away sitting right there. So from then on, her whole family started chanting Buddha's name. They stopped going to church, and now you see, their house was donated and turned into a temple. Now it's called Dongning Cooperative, which is actually her former residence. So this old lady was really wise. She showed you her final move. Do you believe it or not? Normally, just telling you wouldn't work. You wouldn't get it. She used this method to guide her whole family. And not just her family, because this story was published in newspapers and magazines, it inspired so many more people. Usually, this old lady didn't give lectures or preach, but her final move was to teach by example. Have you ever seen that? She did it for her whole family. Her son, daughter-in-law, and other family members all saw with their own eyes how she passed away. It was crystal clear, absolutely unmistakable. This is what we call skillful means. So if you want to help your family, this is a great method. Help family liberation. Recite Buddha's name. You can't slack off. You need to reach the level of that old lady, or keep up with her. At the end of your life, if you have no illness or suffering and know exactly which day you'll go, you can send out invitations to your friends and relatives, invite them to a grand send-off to the Pure Land. Only then will people realize that this is real, not fake. I've never actually met the He family in person. They are much older than I am. As for this matter, it was Elder Layman Li Bingnan. When I was studying with him in Taichung, he often used this example to encourage us, his students. He used this as evidence and testimony that it's true, not false. So if he could do it, why can't we? We need to look into it. Why was he able to do it? And why can't we? We should eliminate the reasons why we can't do it. If we can also learn the reasons why he succeeded, then we'll succeed too. With this, the level of rebirth we attain will definitely not be low. Honestly, both the theory and the method are all in this sutra. So why not study it earnestly and diligently? In this very lifetime, we can achieve complete and perfect fulfillment. So this is talking about the universal teaching. Bodhisattvas possess virtue and goodness. However, bodhisattvas of the universal teaching have not yet cut off their ignorance and afflictions. They are still within the 10 Dharma realms and have not transcended them, so they cannot yet be considered fully accomplished. They have not yet reached complete perfection. Alright, time's up for today, so we'll stop here.